Ну что там дальше, да? Там сказали, написали, что типа дальше еще интереснее будет. Пока. Так, я так и не решил эту головоломку.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Что вот это такое может быть? Очень понятно. Так, ну мы выяснили, что первая цифра это 9, если не ошибаюсь.
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Так как я загружался, возможно, какие-то книжки пустил. Подкатилось, нет? Медит.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. Arkham editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham
Так,
Editions.
еще раз.
Never heard of him.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. Wish, dear friend, I finally
Ой, не
understood
дочитал.
that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the
Послушай.
gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Сложно.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Так, может быть, покрутить надо?
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
Да ничего тут и нету. Так. Ставим. Подсказки комбинации лежат в цилиндрах. Ну, в третьем подсказка 9 лежит. В остальных какие подсказки лежат? Ну, типа, я подозревал, что там должны были тексты как-то связаны с номерами томов. Ну и номера томов — это, соответственно, цифры. Иначе слишком сложно, наверное. Ну, у меня 100 комбинаций можно попробовать на самом деле. Вопрос. По брутфорсу можно. Если 9 правильное число. Я надеюсь, что что-то произойдет, когда я правильную комбинацию выберу. О, забрутфорсил. 5.3.9 оказалось, что ли? 5.2.9. Лол, снова институт. Книга в переплете из человеческой кожи. А его сознание переместилось в другое тело. Долго грузит.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, doctor, and...
Морожен челик.
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find
Человек
an
превращается
explanation.
в
You have to.
моллюска. И соски на руках начинают расти. Хорошо себя чувствует под
Did you
водичкой.
examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Don't you get involved in this. You've done enough already.
But doctor, this man is dying.
There's nothing we can do about it. He's in the hands of Dr. Fuller. Do you wish to end up like Elizabeth? With a diploma from Nightingale and the chores of a cleaning lady?
No. You're right.
Let me do my own investigation.
То
It's time I found
место
the missing files.
беспокоимся.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
It's temperamental,
What
if
a
I understand
pest.
correctly.
It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor. Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Администрация. Шкафы везде зачем-то стоят.
I
Опять
have
придется
little time
прятаться.
for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Еще надо.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Where did my fiancé go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening.
There's
her
no
with-
way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable, but Fuller was able to save her kidney. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Бабку вылечил и почку смог.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Па. Жена
Mrs.
Сандерса. Блин, я не читал, что там. Зомби лежит. Чё, не написано ничего.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here? Chronic insomnia, like half the island.
Так, это я кругаля уже дал.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Теперь нужно по внутреннему
No, you're pulling my leg.
выйти.
I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still said nothing that I don't...
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
Would you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place. Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
But if I may say so, Doctor, I think that the problems of our patients are more urgent than the plumbing.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry. The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment. We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Аккуратно всё. Когда она там закончит?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a
The
pest.
answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Даже найти тетку по имени Бетти, что ли?
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Все?
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Бать. Наехал на тру.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever.
Do you want something?
More for myself, but
Please. The fewer interruptions there are...
The boiler room key is not in its place.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you. Would you know where...
Betty didn't put it back in its...
I'll ask her. I'll be going.
Бетти. Какая Бетти? Я искал, не нашел.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. We're running out of this
I know, Doc.
once again.
Can't you...
Donovan,
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. Everything all right?
all is well, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Thank God, no. The water's running. I have...
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc. Everything...
All is...
Thank...
Thank...
Я не знаю даже.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. We're running out.
I know.
Once again.
Can't you?
Donovan.
Everybody says
Да я вроде всех НПЦшников видел. Всеми поговорил, что за фигня.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes in, but rest assured, I will.
Don't go falling over. That would be stupid.
Thank you again.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the
О,
key to the
она
boiler
просто
room.
шастает, оказывается.
I used it to close the door, but I must have... yes, a patient in Block B asked me for a glass of water. I must have misplaced the key somewhere near the office.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
В офисе это где? Рации? Вряд ли. Ну или B-блок, да, но она сказала, что я в офисе оставила ключ.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who...
Блок А. Б.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Да нет, тут только койки. Ну если только вот это вот. Да.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Рука. Наверное, там перестала убираться тетка. Да.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Нет?
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time. Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
Nothing is ever your fault. I told you to control the flow, even if I know it's not your strong point.
I've apologized 1,000 times.
I haven't counted that many, but then unlike you, I don't have time to keep track.
Please, Mrs. Donovan. I'm grateful to you for having kept me on despite that incident. I just need the water to be put back on. Otherwise, the bathroom will quickly become a nest of germs.
Oh, very well. I'll finish what I'm doing, and then I'll fix your blunders once more.
Thank you, ma'am.
Out of my sight. Go chatter with your colleagues.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. I should go another way. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Стендаля, что-то там про искусство.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
А, понял.
I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar illusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Просто слушать надо.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
А что смотреть?
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Чё, не понял?
I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Выходи, ждать будут. Жестко.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Я себе пошел в другую сторону.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Владелец лавки.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Ого, это Некрономикон.
She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go. Rescue the doctor.
Thank you, Drake.
Мог отказаться от его помощи. Ого, кто бы мог подумать, что Лавкрафт Некрономикон. Привет, Полина. Just FPS.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
А, вот для кого шкафы нужны были, для меня, оказывается. Так, ну это опять записки жены священника. Чё с ФПС, блин? Есть какая-то. Так, ну я пока не могу прятаться. Пока что. Как вообще сюда попал в его офис?
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her.
Наверное, не стоит попадаться им. Что за звук был? Ого!
My God, what is happening to me?
What the fuck? Снова от моба бегать придется.
What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
Yeah. Сложно, я не могу понять. Или это типа показывает, что сюда меня портанет, вот туда. Хожу. Да? Да или да? И чё? Везде тупик. Не понял. Чё от меня хотят-то, я не понял. Чё мне с вот этим делать? А, подожди, чё? Так, окей. Нет? Чё с головой? Слишком долго смотрел на дверь, и у меня голова поехала. По-моему. А, нет, это когда лампу из-за... Я слышу звук, но мне это не нравится. Ага, здесь восстанавливаю. Это просто увеличивает обзор. Эта штука восстанавливает мне масло, так сказать. Чё надо сделать-то, ёбаный рот? Я вижу, что вот туда нужно. Судя по всему. Нет? В меню не зайти. Слишком сложно, я не могу понять, что от меня хотят. И спиной зайти? Нет. По кругами хожу, тут особо-то и ходить некуда. Прикол. А, все, окей, нет. Не то, это просто прокачка медицины. Еще там какая-то еще лампа стоит, где? Где? В начале уровня.